Hey YouTube, today we're going to go over the 5 reasons people are choosing Riverside County over Los Angeles. Well, we're getting this information online, and also from my experiences of growing up out here, living here, and selling real estate out in Southern California for the better part of the last 10 years. Also, I have grown up in Riverside County and I have lived here for about 30 years. Family moved out here back then. I was about 5 years old. So I do have family out in Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Orange County. So before we dive in, I am a local real estate agent out here in Riverside County, San Bernardino County, the Inland Empire. Cover most of Southern California. So if you have any questions about what it's like to live out here, or you'd like to discuss further, feel free to give me a call, text, email, etc. My information is below on this channel. We do try and cover everything living Inland Empire, living, eating, breathing, schools, housing, etc. Whatever you would like to know. I do post videos weekly, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, etc. That way you get notified as soon as my videos come out. Also, if you do like today's content, just shoot it to somebody else that you think might be able to benefit from it. All right, so let's rock and roll on today's content on why people are choosing Riverside County over Los Angeles County. All right, topic number 1, it's gonna be less people and more open space. Riverside County has a population of about 2.4 million people and covers about 7,300 square miles, while LA has about 10 million people. And we'll use the term crammed for dramatic purposes into about 4,083 square miles. So more space, less people. I think that's kind of a no-brainer for a lot of us. I mean, really most folks would take that all day long. LA City alone has about 3.8 million people, but that still leaves about 6.2 million people vying for that same space, resources, etc. The ripple effects of this should be pretty obvious. Cost of living is obviously going to go up. Less quality time at the home. You're fighting for more resources. Probably overcrowded. More crowding in schools. I don't want to say overcrowded because I don't know what it's like out there. More time on the road just trying to get where you're trying to go. Probably more time waiting. Just when do simple things like go to the store, go get gas, go pay bills, go out to eat, etc. And I do love people. I'm obviously a realtor, so I'm kind of a people person. But man, that's a lot of personalities to deal with and cohabitate with in such a small area. All right, so in reason number 2 is going to be the cost of living. In Los Angeles, your average home price is $870,000 versus Riverside, where your average is going to be right around $600,000. Over the last couple of years, of course, those figures have soared. But another thing, obviously, associated with cost of living, your property taxes are going to be a lot higher. So your kind of base tax rate through most of Southern California is going to be 0.8%, and then depending on with special assessments for things like not just metal roofs, but storm drains, keeping the lights on, any community maintenance, it kind of pushes it up to an average in Southern California, like a 1.2%. And then obviously, if you're looking at the newer communities, those are going to go up. They could be anywhere from like 1.4 to about, I've seen them as high as about 2.4%, parts of Southern California. But nonetheless, let's just even say 1% on 1% on average price of 870 versus 600. That's actually going to be quite significant. Just in property taxes alone, you're going to be paying a couple extra $1,000 to be in LA. So other things to consider with cost of living. Got more people in an area, so naturally, necessities are going to go up. More wear and tear on your car. Probably going to want to pay a little bit extra to get away every now and then, so vacations are going to get a little more expensive. So again, number 2, cost of living, just another thing to consider. All right, reason number 3 of 5 is going to be outdoor recreation. Los Angeles, you got the beaches, the ocean. Riverside can't compete with that, obviously. But if you're an optimist like myself, one of the fault lines I hear is going to put part of Riverside on the ocean front. But I don't think any of us are going to be around to ever see that. But getting back on topic, we do have lakes, rivers, easier access to kind of mountain areas. And Los Angeles doesn't have nearly as much in terms of open areas like Riverside does. You know, where people can go do things like skiing, hiking, camping, boating, off-road sports, motocross, razors are a big one right now. You know, other things like archery, shooting, hell, even bird watching. As some birds, pretty cool birds kind of floating around right now, flying around. And also we're not far at all from, you know, snow sports, because we do have the mountain communities out here too. That's more like the San Bernardino side, but you know, depending on what part of Riverside you're in, it could be as short as about a 30-minute drive. And reason number 4, family friendly. A lot of Riverside County is considered suburbs. Naturally, the suburbs are kind of where people get away from the city. So it's been originally designed and refined and redesigned with families in mind. Kind of, for instance, a lot of the newer communities are master plan communities, meaning the builders are going for a distinct kind of identity within that community. So there's going to be a lot of, you know, on-site amenities, trying to make life a little bit easier, a little more walkable, so to speak, for the residents there. So having everything kind of in close proximity, you know, to your home, where you're living, it helps support and develop a feeling of community, of home, you know, in the sense that, you know, residents would prefer to keep, you know, hobbies, activities, social circles kind of in that one area. So it's really going to foster more of a sense of community. I mean, really, what a killer environment for, you know, a small child or young family to be able to just kind of jump into and grow up in. You know, LA is more on the older side, so you're going to have a lot of really cool older communities, which I do like going out there and kind of looking at some of the housing. But you know, then you do kind of get those areas that are multi-unit housing on a lot. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you know, if you're a young family, or even if your kids are a little bit older, you know, I know where I'd rather kind of put down my stakes and, you know, raise my kids at. But I mean, kind of coming from that, what would you choose? Also, we do have a lot of colleges, and you know, from the JCs to the Cal States to the private colleges. So you know, when your kids are a little bit older, kind of coming into adulthood, they want to go get that extended education. They don't necessarily have to leave. You know, some kids don't want to do that, some really do. But you know, it offers them that option to, you know, kind of come into adulthood and not have to go too far from mom and dad. Okay, and reason number 5, say quieter and slower pace of living. And this one is a little bit loaded. I know I'm playing on some stereotypes here, you know, stereotypes about the bigger cities, but I challenge you to prove me wrong. You know, as discussed kind of earlier, Riverside offers more space per person. And really what a lot of folks that live in Riverside County are the transplants from Los Angeles. They're either trying to escape, you know, a higher cost of living out there or something else, or, you know, a lot of people I see follow another family member out this way. You know, our freeways do get backed up for the most part during kind of peak hours, but usually you can kind of travel from one part of, let's say, Riverside County or your city to another without too much irritation or too many traffic jams. Also, you don't have anywhere near the city noise or like the light pollution of, you know, the bigger cities. So, you know, kind of what that does as a side effect of it, it just makes life seem a little less tense or stressful when you actually are in your home or your community. So it's a little more relaxing. All right, we went over 5 reasons why they do come out here. Let's go over 3 reasons why I hear they don't. All right, one of the biggest ones I hear, number 1, is going to be the heat. Speak to a lot of people, honestly, just kind of being in real estate, about why they would come here, why they want it. One of the biggest things I hear is they don't want to deal with the heat. Average temperature, let's just say average temperature in July, and I looked this up, in Los Angeles is 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Average temperature in July in Riverside, actual Riverside City, which is kind of the heart of Riverside, is 93 degrees. So that's a 5-degree difference. You know, we certainly do get our triple-digit days. I guess that does sound a little intimidating, and believe me, those days do suck. But wouldn't it just make more sense to take the money you save on the home, put it in the pool, and enjoy the summer? All right, and the number 2 reason that keeps people from coming here that I hear of here of is they don't want to leave their family. I get it. LA is old. It's a big city. A lot of people are several generations deep out there, or that's kind of where their network's at. So that completely makes sense. But what does bring people out here is, you can't afford to live someplace, or you just want more bang for your buck eventually. And honestly, what I see a lot of people kind of come out here is they had one family member. Most of our family lives in LA. You got one family member that moved out here for work, affordability, etc. So they all kind of start relocating out this way. So going back to the last point, if you have that pool, you're probably gonna be more likely to follow you out here. All right, and reason number 3 why a lot of people don't, or I see a lot of people don't, based on my conversations, is job opportunities. Which is fair, because a lot of folks that live out here, a lot of people that live out here actually commute to and from Los Angeles for work. Now, with that said, Riverside is constantly growing. I'm hearing that less and less now, having to commute. What I see a lot of people, and I just helped the gentleman do this, is a job site that a company they work for opens up a job site out here. We're growing like crazy, but they'll move out here, make sure they get the home and then transfer out here. So it's kind of a win-win. It's always awesome when you can live where you work. All right, so to recap the reason people are choosing Riverside County over LA: elbow room, your dollar is gonna go a lot further. More access to kind of things you'd rather be doing, like outdoor activities, going on, excursions, not having to sit on that damn 91 or the 210. Create opportunities for their family, or take advantage of opportunities that are already existing out here, and to enjoy a quieter, slower pace of living. All right, so that about wraps up our topic for today. So I will say, if you are thinking about moving out this way, or you have questions about what life looks like out here, or about how to even get started, please feel free to reach out. I'm a licensed realtor. I have been helping people relocate out here for, about 10 years now. My contact information is below, so you can call me, text me, email me anytime, or just leave a comment on here. I promise I will respond. And if you gained anything from this, or you feel like somebody could benefit from this, please share it with them. It helps my channel grow. I like making these videos. So when I see people engaging and watching, and makes it a little bit easier. If there's a topic you want to see covered, city you want to hear something about, please let me know. I'll do my best to get on it as soon as possible. So also don't forget to subscribe. I do post videos. I try and get them out weekly. So until then, I'm here to serve and support you on the highest possible level, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.